What's up, everybody? Eric here with another EWE review. Today we're going to be talking about The Nun II. Before we get into that, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. But yeah, this is for The Nun II. This is a supernatural horror film with the rated R rating, and it came out on September 8th, 2023. The estimated budget for this movie is 35 to 40 million. I don't have the actual number. I tried Googling it, couldn't find an actual number. This is the closest I could get to. And the director for this is Michael Chavez. The cast includes Thaisa Farmiga, Jonas Bloquet, Storm Reed, Anna Popplewell, Bonnie Aarons, and Caitlin Rose. And this movie has a runtime of 110 minutes, and I watched this in Dolby format. And yes, there is a mid-credit scene, so don't leave as soon as the credits start rolling. Wait a little bit. It's right away. Don't worry, you're not going to wait too long. So the plot of this film... And actually, one real quick thing before we get into anything. 110 minutes, I thought it was slightly too long, but I'll talk more about that when we get to my thoughts. But yeah, I thought this movie was a little bit too long. And before I get to the plot, another thing is... So I screwed up, guys. I didn't realize this was gonna be about the same nun as the same demon as the first movie. I have no idea why in my mind I did this. I thought, oh... I guess there's another nun? Another demon that's the nun? So I didn't recap anything, and then when I start watching the movie, I'm just like, wait, is this the same character from the first movie? I'm like, well, that makes sense. Why was my dumbass not thinking that was going to be the case? So I screwed up, but it eventually did come back to me as I was watching the film. And I also came into this film with very low expectations because of the first film. The first film did something I found really weird, where 3 characters went into the monastery and 3 characters came out, and it was just like, nobody died. What was the point of this for a horror film? So that was one thing I had to talk about for the first movie. Like, it really confused me. But I'm going to be more positive about the sequel than I was on the original. So the plot is, after the events of the first movie, a string of murders in religious locations start happening, and it's suspected that the demon from the first movie has left Romania and is now traveling across Europe. And it's going to be up to Sister Irene to go stop the demon again, this time hopefully for good. So that's the basic idea of this movie. Both Irene and... oh my god, I forgot the character's name. But Jonas's character, Marquise? Oh my god. How am I forgetting this character's name? After going on Wikipedia, the character's name's Maurice. So yeah, Maurice and Irene are back from the first movie. The other character from the first movie does not make an appearance in this one. Alright, so let's now move into my thoughts. We'll start off with the bad here. I think the story was a tad bit too long. It didn't really need to be. We had some characters that were in there that were like cool side characters, but they didn't get any backstory or anything like that. I mean, they got some backstory, but they're just in there, so it's kind of like weird. So that was one thing that was kind of weird. And then we also have times where the victims of the nun don't make sense. There's times where she kills random people, but then there's other times she can kill random people. She just doesn't do it. So I'm like, wait, what are her rules for killing people or not killing people? It didn't seem like she had the same rules all the time. And that also being said, her powers also confused me. There were times people could hide from her, but then other times she was just showing up and killing people randomly, and I'm just like, wait, so can she see everybody? How can someone hide from her when she's just finding everyone whenever she wants? I found that to be a little bit weird. I didn't really understand her powers. And then one thing that's... I'm going to put in the bad category, but I'm also going to put it slightly good. There's some bully characters in the story, and I think this is the same problem I had with Megan. It's like, it's a bad but good thing. There was a moment where I will admit, I was like, I hope the nun kills these kids. And I was like, that's probably not a good thing to have in my mind. But they were kind of like assholes, so I was kind of like, I kind of hope she kills them. I'm not going to tell you whether she does or doesn't, but I was kind of hoping she did. Alright, so let's go on to the full good. I thought the use of suspense in this movie was good. I had moments in the movie where I'm like, oh, I'm hearing the evil music. Someone's about to die, and I go like, cover my ears. I'm like, this is going to be loud, and I don't want to deal with it, especially watching it in Dolby. So that was really good. I enjoyed that they were able to use the music and sound to put in some good suspense. And they tied in the first movie pretty well. So for someone that hasn't seen the first movie, I don't necessarily think you need to. They tell you enough about Irene and Maurice that you're able to understand exactly where they are in the story. So you can get away with not watching the first movie, in my opinion, and it doesn't force too much onto you. You're going to understand what's going on. And then there's good chemistry between the characters. I actually did like Maurice in this one, and Irene. I like the way that they're not really together for that much of the movie, but the characters that they are with, they're able to make connections, and I like how they did that, especially for a horror film, so that was really good. And then there's a nice little mystery in the movie for what the nun is after, and they eventually do find it. Because of course they have to, because that's how a horror movie works. But it's cool about, like, the little adventure to actually find it. I was like, oh, this is some Indiana Jones shit. I was about to say, oh, was that a spoiler? I'm like, no, because the nun's gonna have to be able to find it. That's how these movies work. It's not gonna be like, oh, they're not gonna find it. No, the mystery's gonna be that they find it. And yeah, I just like I like for a horror film where, like, I know a lot of people get tired of the Conjuring formula, but I actually thought the Nun was very different from the other Conjuring movies. If you look at something like La Llorona, which was actually directed by Michael Chavez as well, I felt like that was too formulaic with The Conjuring, that I felt the Nun 1 was slightly different, that I actually like it. This one, I think, uses a little bit more of the formula. However, the way they use it, I actually enjoyed a lot more, and they actually had moments where I was like, oh yeah, this is creepy. So I really liked how this movie uses things. It's a little bit more refreshing compared to the other Conjuring movies. I didn't watch the latest one. I think it's like The Insidious Door, something that's part of the same universe. I didn't watch that one because like I said, I'm not as interested in those. But the Nun, I was like, you know, I saw the first one. It was a little bit more fresh. And this one at most has like the Nun 1 as its prerequisite, while the other ones have so much in that story that I'm just like, I don't want to deal with it. So yeah, that's something really cool. So let's actually move on to my score, guys. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. And I actually thought this was a good film. I would say the first one I would have given a 6, because I thought it was okay. It had cool things, but like I said, nobody died in the first one, kind of ruined it for me. Trust me, people die in this one, I'm just letting you know. And like I said, I just had a string of murders, so I'd already said that from the start. And I do recommend you go watch this. It's a nice horror film, especially we're going into spooky season soon, so definitely go watch this. It's going to be a lot of fun. Choice of words. I had fun being scared. I kind of enjoyed that sometimes in movies. But yeah, guys, I don't know what I'm going to review next. I still need to get some other stuff done, review-wise. Check out my Strays review when that comes out. There is a funny story involved with that. You don't want to miss the fun picture that's there. Alright, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what you guys thought about the movie. Let me know if you guys enjoyed it, whether or not, or maybe you hate it. Tell me why you hate it. I really want to hear other people's thoughts. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.